To find the Fourier transform for continuous time signal, usually we use this integral form, which is x of omega is equal to the integration of minus infinity to positive infinity, the integration of x of t times e power minus j omega t dt. But what happens if the signal is even signal? In this diagram, you'll see we have a rectangular pulse, and it's an even signal. How do you know it's even signal? You know even signal if x of negative t is equal x of t. Or when you look at the plot of this signal, you will see it's symmetric about y-axis. In this case, you will see that this rectangular pulse is symmetric about the y-axis. So how will you do it if it's even signal? Instead of using this formula, and you don't integrate from negative infinity to infinity. Instead, you're going to integrate from 0 to infinity, only one side, and then multiply by 2. But then you don't multiply by e minus j omega t, you multiply by cosine omega t. In this case, or in this example, you will say it's equal to integration from 0 up to infinity. But it's 0 after 2, so you integrate from 0 to 2. And x of t, the function x of t is equal 1 times cosine omega t dt. It will be equal to 2, and the integration of cosine is equal sine omega t divided by omega, and the limit from 0 to 2. It will be equal to 2 over omega, and then start substitute by t. First you put t equal 2, so you have sine 2 omega minus sine, then you put t equal 0, so sine 0. And we know that sine 0 is equal 0, so the answer will be equal to 2 over omega sine 2 omega, and that will be the right answer. Sometimes it will be required to express the solution in sync term. So what is sync? Well, sync is defined as that. Sync z is equal to sine z pi divided by z pi. In other words, you can say that sine z pi is equal z pi times sync z. So when you look at this expression, you just can see that sine any angle will be equal this angle, which is z pi, and multiplied by sync, but without pi, divided by pi. Okay, we're going to do the same thing. That's the Fourier transform. I will write again, x of omega is equal to 2 over omega, and sine 2 omega, so I'll take the whole thing, that's the angle, 2 omega, and multiply it by sync, the same thing, 2 omega, but just I divided by pi. So it will be equal, the omega cancels omega, 2 times 2 is equal 4, sync 2 omega over pi. That will be the answer. And if you can check your answer, you can go to the table. You'll find the table, that's the rectangular pulse of width equal tau. That's expressed in time domain. If you want to find its Fourier transform, it's equal to tau sync omega tau divided by 2 pi. In this example, when you look at it, that's tau over 2, that's tau over 2, and the whole thing, the width is equal tau. So tau is equal 4 in this case. And the amplitude is equal 1 unit pulse, that's right. So you can say it's equal tau, tau is equal 4 in this case. So you have 4 sync omega tau, tau is equal 4 divided by 2 pi. The 2 cancels, 4 is equal 2, so the answer will be equal to 4 sync 2 omega over pi. Using transform pair from the table that is given to you, you'll find that you get the same answer. Well, let's look for the another signal, like the signal we have it here in this figure. If you look at this signal, you will see it's an odd signal. How do you know it's an odd signal? when x of negative t is equal negative x of t, or in other words, it's symmetric about the origin. Also, something else, if you just look at the reflection of this half, the first half to the right, you will see the reflection about the y-axis here. And then if you make another reflection about the x-axis, you'll find you got it here. So it's like two reflection. If you can do that, so it means that it is an odd function. Well, so how can we simplify the Fourier transform for an odd function or an odd signal? It will be equal to minus j2 times the integration from 0 to infinity, the signal x of t multiplied by sine omega t. Let's apply for the example here that we have. So it will be equal to minus j2, the integration from 0 to infinity, but again, when you integrate from 0 to infinity, you'll find only from 0 to 2 you have value, which is equal to 1, multiplied by sine omega t dt, which will be equal to minus j2, and the integration of sine is negative cosine omega t divided by omega, and the limit of integration from 0 to 2. Let me make it clear here, from 0 to 2. And you have the negative sign here with the negative sign there, so be positive, and j2 divided by omega, and you have cosine, substitute by t equal to cosine 2 omega minus cosine 0. Cosine 0 is equal to 1, so you can write the answer like j2 divided by omega cosine 2 omega minus 1. So that will be the answer. Okay. Thank you for your attention, and I will go to another problem.